Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to focus on dividing fractions and mixed numbers. It's very easy to remember the rules if you just sing this little song. Dividing fractions is as easy as pi, just flip the second and multiply. Those are the rules for dividing fractions. Now when you flip the second and multiply, that's the same thing as finding the reciprocal. When you flip the second, that's finding the reciprocal. Okay? So dividing fractions is as easy as pi. Just flip the second and multiply. Or just find the reciprocal and multiply. Okay? So let's use that to solve number 1. 2/3 divided by 4/9. Dividing fractions is as easy as pi. I'm going to flip this second one. The first one stays the same. I'm going to flip 4/9, so 4/9 now becomes 9/4. And I'm going to multiply. So nothing happens to the first part. It's just the second fraction that is flipped, or you find the reciprocal. Now multiplying, we've talked about how do we multiply fractions? Straight across the top, straight across the bottom. So 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times 4, 12. These are both even, so I can divide them both by 2. 9/6. What can I divide 9 and 6 both by? 3. And what do we get? What's wrong with 3/2? The top's too big, it's improper, so 2 goes into 3 once, with a half left over. Dividing fractions is as easy as pi. Flip the second, find the reciprocal, and multiply. Number 2, 1/2 divided by 2. What do we know every whole number is over? A 1. Go ahead and try this one on your own. Let's see how you did. Dividing fractions is as easy as pi. Flip the second. When you flip the second, what do you get? 1/2. And then what? Multiply. Flip the second, find the reciprocal, and multiply. So straight across the top, straight across the bottom. What do you get on top? 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. Nice job. Number 3. When I go to flip the second, what is wrong with this? It's a mixed number. I can't really flip a mixed number, so I need to make it improper first. 2 times 2 is 4. Times 1, or plus 1, 5/2. So 2.5 is the same as 5/2. Now dividing fractions is as easy as pi. Flip the second. So when I flip 5/2, it becomes 2/5. So you had to make it improper first because you can't flip a mixed number. Now that it's improper, I can flip the second, and what will we do next? Multiply. How do we multiply fractions? Straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 5 is 30. If both of these end in 0, what can we divide by? Divide by 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 30 divided by 10 is 3. Dividing fractions, easy as pi. Flip the second and multiply, but if you have a mixed number, you can't flip it. You have to make it improper first, then flip. Nice job. Let's take a look at this last one. Suppose a box of cereal contains 12 2/3 cups of cereal. How many 1 1/3 cup servings are there? So we're taking this box and we are splitting it into 1 1/3 cups. Okay. So I'm going to take the box of cereal And I'm going to split it into as many of these size groups as I can. Anytime you split something up, okay, taking something and splitting it into equal parts, that is a divide problem. Okay? I'm taking the cereal box, 12 and 2/3, and I'm dividing it into how big of pieces? 1 1/3 cup pieces. Okay? So anytime you are taking an object, in this case our box, and splitting it up into equal sizes, or splitting it into our servings, that is a division problem. Taking our box, dividing it, or splitting it into this big of sizes. What's wrong with this that you see right away? We have two mixed numbers, so that's not going to work at all. So let's make them both improper. 12 times 3 is 36. Plus 2? 38/3. I know when it comes to multiplying, I go straight across, I'll hit a pole, and I can't have a pole, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to suck it into this fraction. 1 1/3, let's make it improper as well. 1 times 3 times 1, or plus 1, 4/3. And it is still a divide. Go ahead and finish this one. Let's see how you did. Dividing fractions. Flip the second, so 4/3 becomes 3/4, and multiply 38/3. So I'm going to flip the second. I made them improper first so I could flip it easily. Now how do we multiply fractions? Straight across the top. Straight across the bottom. I have some really big numbers here, so you could go straight across the top, but I have some big numbers that I don't want to multiply. So what can I do if I have some big nasty multiplication? I'm going to simplify diagonals. You don't have to do this, but you can. 38 and 4. What can I divide both of these by? 38 and 4. They're both even, so I'm going to divide them by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. What is 38 divided by 2? 19. We're going to check this diagonal. Can I simplify 3 and 3? What can I divide them both by? Divide by 3 is 1. Divide by 3 is 1. Remember, you did not have to simplify a diagonal first. You could have multiplied straight across and been just fine. If we were to finish this, now when I go straight across, I have 19 times 1, or 19. And across the bottom, 1 times 2 is 2. The top is too big. 2 goes into 9. 19, 9 times. And 1/2 left over. So you would have 9.5 servings that were 1 1/3 cup in size. So if I were to split this up, I would have 9.5, 1 1/3 cup servings. Dividing fractions is as easy as pie. Flip the second and multiply. And remember, if it's a mixed number, you need to make it improper first. Nice job today, mathematicians.